people who you never expected were coming up to you and thanking you for doing these types of programs. Allah produces the results. But one of the things that we have to do is keep on working, keep on showing commitment, keep on showing dedication, and that's exactly what you are doing. So as they are celebrating their 60th anniversary, the 60th year of the catastrophe, what we see is that after these 60 years, the veneer, the myth that is surrounding the apartheid state of Israel is being destroyed. This veneer of being a democracy, this veneer of being a country that advocates human rights, this veneer of Zionism being a liberation movement, and so on and so forth, the veneer is slowly being wiped away after 60 years. And so when we talk about the death of apartheid, when we talk about the death, because that's all Zionism is, it's apartheid. So when we talk about the death of Zionism and the death of apartheid, the first step that leads to that death is that we do not accept the false images that they have created about themselves. You are not a democracy. You are not a freedom movement. You are colonialist. You are imperialist. You are a country that believes in apartheid, colonialism, racism, and occupation. And see, just like the emperor's new clothes, when the people, when that youth did not see the emperor in the image that the emperor wanted to be seen, the emperor went on the defensive and he had to retreat. As soon as that youth told the emperor, all you got on is your dirty drawers, that's all you got on. See, when the emperor was being looked at as being someone who was well dressed, someone who was in his fineries, when he was looked at like that, he felt strength and he felt confidence. But when that little boy said he got nothing but his drawers on, the emperor understood he had to retreat, because this little boy is not looking at him in the image that he wants to be seen. Now what we are seeing after 60 years is that the people are not looking at the apartheid state of Israel in the way that they want to be seen. The people don't see freedom fighters. The people don't see a people struggling for self-determination. As I said, they see oppressors, they see occupiers, they see racists, and they see people who are imitating what was actually done to them by the Nazis of the Third Reich. They have now become the new Nazis. And so, the first step towards the death of Zionism is that we do not look at the Zionists the way that they want to be seen. And when that happens, when people don't look at them in the way they want to be seen, when people do not accept their manufactured image that is rooted in lies, when people don't accept that, people start responding to them differently. They don't respond to them in the same way that they did in the past. So now in these changing times, you see new actions. It is unbelievable that a former president would go to that part of the world and meet with an organization that is considered to be a terrorist organization by this corrupt, filthy government. When Jimmy Carter went and he met with Hamas, and Jimmy Carter said, we have to meet with Hamas, because Jimmy Carter is basically saying, if we believe in democracy, if we believe in by the people, for the people, and of the people, this is an organization, this is a group that were democratically elected by the people. And so we have to deal with them. The fact that an ex-president would do something like that is showing you that times are changing, that people are not looking at the apartheid state in the image that they would prefer. You see these new actions. You hear comments from world leaders, NGOs, veterans of the anti-apartheid movement of South Africa, Israeli academics and writers come out and they're speaking the truth. They're telling the truth about the true nature of this illegal state, and they're not mincing their words. You hear Bishop Tutu comparing what is happening to the Palestinians in Palestine to what the Nazis did to the Jews in Germany. You're hearing all these different types of people raising their voices making themselves be heard, brothers and sisters. You're hearing the call for boycotts. You're hearing the call for divestments, boycotting of tourism, academic boycotts, sports and cultural boycotts. This has not been done. 60 years after the founding of this illegal state, what it means is, again, the people see this criminal state for what it actually is. Even in 2002, 2005, 2006, some Israeli military officials were traveling to, in this particular, the first two instances, to England, and would not get off the plane. Do you know why they would not get off the plane? Because there were warrants for their arrest, that if they stepped off that plane, they would be charged with war crimes. We don't hear about that, do we? That's early 2000s, 2002, 2005, and 2006. Warrants. You had officials in those countries waiting to serve warrants for these military officials, to these Israeli military officials, for the demolition of homes, for their participation in massacres. That didn't happen before. It's a new day. It's a new time. And there are new actions being waged every single day. MSA of Irvine. One of the reasons why you are on the forefront of dealing with this issue. Because all too often, anyone who criticized the apartheid state, we know what was said about them. And of course, we know the old popular charge of anti-Semitism. MSA, Muslim Student Association of Irvine, not only have you shared with the people the evils of Zionism, but you did not try to demonize them. You did not try to go for a blanket condemnation of them. You told the people that all Jews were not Zionists. You told the people that all Zionists are not Jews. And you showed the people one Jewish anti-Zionist after another. All this week, the people got a chance to see people who were Jews, who were against Zionism. You could have made a blanket condemnation of all of them, but you didn't. And not only did you show the people that there are some Jews who are against Zionism, there are some Jews who their humanity was awakened, maybe as a result of the Holocaust, but you showed the people that there were some Jews who looked and seen what was happening in the apartheid state, and those Jews said no, as the organization is called, not in our name. And so they would condemn it, and you showed them. So now the people have proof positive that all Jews are not Zionists. And you did that. You showed the people that Zionism has nothing to do with Judaism. Nothing at all to do with Judaism. And you showed the people that it's okay for you to stand up. It's okay for you to speak out. You showed the people, when you see these anti-Zionist Jews, not only is it good for the non-Jewish people to see, it's also good for the Zionist Jews to see. Because when a Zionist Jew sees another former Zionist Jew whose humanity was awakened and then came down and denounced the apartheid state of Israel, it lets these Zionist Jews know that you can do it too. It's hard, but you can do it too. Because if they can do it, if they were able to grapple with this criminal behavior, if it's in Islam, in Arabic, the word is asabiya. Asabiya means that you will support your people or your country or your tribe in wrongdoing because they're your people, they're your country, or they're your tribe. You don't use whether or not it's right or wrong. You just say, well, he's my same race, so I have to support him. You just say, well, that's my government, so I have to support it. You just say, well, that's my tribe, so I have to support it. That's asabiya. When you see these anti-Zionist Jews, some of whom, as I said, used to be Zionist Jews themselves, they grappled with this asabiya, even though they knew that they were Jews, and they knew that their government was Jewish, and the people are Jewish. They did not say, I have to support you in this wrongdoing because you're Jewish and I'm Jewish. When these Zionist Jews See these anti-Zionist Jews. It gives them